Hey, we are
Hey,
live.
what's going on? What's going on? We are back.
We are. Thank you for waiting, guys.
Thank you.
Come in to the chat. Like on entry as well. You know what you need to do? You need to book the like button and also share.
Share.
That would
Yes.
be great. Share the video with
Mhm.
like minded people and let us know who you are. Say hello. Say hello.
Already in the chat, we've got Sora. Big up Sora. We've got
Yes.
Erin. Big up Erin. We've got Waving Cat Designs. Big up Waving Cat Designs.
Hey.
Yeah,
So,
it's an interesting one today,
to
mate.
just, yeah.
Been
I'm
interesting.
sad, guys. I'm
You
sad.
know what's disrespectful? Like, and I know we've heard that word a lot because Meg likes to use that word for fun.
the three witches like
Uh,
saying something is
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
But you know what is truly disrespectful
Well,
is that Melissa never got a goodbye. Like that was truly disrespectful. Harrison, Harrison did what I knew he would do.
yeah. Oh, I'm so
And
annoyed that he did it.
I'm annoyed, but I'm just not even surprised.
I know. It's not that it's surprising. I'm just annoyed because I truly did think that they had chemistry. I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
I
yeah.
did. And I was kind of hopeful that maybe he was going to, I'm just going to say, I wanted him to pander to Black Twitter. I thought maybe he would just be like, I'm going to bring back the black girl. Like, I've been in America. I've seen how Love Island USA is very multicultural, like, and it works. Season 10 was a great season. I thought maybe Harrison, maybe, was not going to be a cliche squarehead mixed race. I really did. I really did think that for a second. I did. I got gassed for some
Mhm.
reason. I let my guard down, and I had hope that the black girl was going to return.
And
And
he
yes,
played to type. He played to type. He did what we believed he would do.
it's a rude awakening.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
That's
I don't
see
know
how you're
why.
feeling now. That's how I was feeling about this one
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I was hopeful, I can't even lie. I was actually hopeful.
it is
And
what
I
it
was
is.
actually holding my breath as it began as well. Like, you never know. Maybe. But I when they walked through and it was Tony and the girls erupted
Yeah.
and were so gassed, my heart sank even further.
Yeah. Because I would hate for Melissa to see that as well.
That was harsh.
Yeah, because you'll just be like, I mean, in all fairness to her, you probably watch that and be like, yo, I was better off out of there because those people weren't really about
I
me
don't know.
anyway.
Like, what would her reaction have been? It would have just been
It would
like,
have been
oh,
awkward. It would have been, oh,
but it's not
yeah,
the
yeah, she's not
screams
getting that.
and oh
Yeah,
mate, yeah, that was a
sad.
lot. That was a lot. That
Sad.
hurt my heart a little bit. I felt for her. I'm thinking of her watching this. I
Yeah.
feel for her. Like, literally, it's like, oh, that's a bit harsh. That wouldn't be too nice. But the girls were gassed that Tony came
Mm,
back. I wasn't,
yeah.
and I don't mind Tony, but I just don't think she adds much. I don't think she adds much. All right, what are people saying?
So KW is saying, I was with you, Nana. I really thought Melisha was coming back. You and me both. My address says, such a shame and a wasted opportunity with Melisha leaving. Production failed
I
massively.
think
Yeah.
so. I think so.
Erin J just wrote, Militia is gone. Big up Little Rock in the building.
Hey.
He said, no, he's about 16. What would that be a reference to? Who's about 16?
I don't know.
Okay, it will come to us. KW, I'm already ready for Harris. Do you know what? Yeah, ready for him to go already.
Yeah.
I just,
But we are beefing forever.
yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah.
know what Harrison could do to turn this around for me to like him. I don't know. But at this moment in time, yeah, I'm really annoyed
Yeah.
that this is the state of play. I think it's out of order.
Mr. Will Smith is back in the building and
What is he
he's come
saying?
back on smoke. To be fair, you have been out of the flirting game for a while. So
Here
it
we
is no
go.
wonder you couldn't see the lack of chemistry.
No, man. No. You're right. There was chemistry. And you know what I did? Because you said watch it again. So when they released the clip, I actually did watch it
Yeah,
again.
you did.
And I was like, no, there's chemistry. I think I downplayed Melicia's desperation.
Yeah.
that was heightened.
I reckon that's probably what did
there was a lot in there. And Tony, I think Tony just played it a little bit more like standard banter chat, and then their connection as she's went to college in the place where he is now living. It's like that's a big thing.
And then
but
also
there was
the
still
sexual chemistry. The Tony had more sexual chemistry.
The strawberry was a good one.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, that was a good little flex. But there was chemistry there, and he did actually compliment Militia more than he did Tony. Like, so I wasn't too out on a limb, but I wasn't right, and ultimately he went with Tony. And overall, when he described his girl, Militia went in there.
Yeah, no.
You know how they try and say like the kind of brunette, blah, blah, blah. Militia weren't there.
Not black is what he meant. My address says Tony is cooked. She has no storyline at all. No reason for her to still be here. I think Tony is gonna have a problem this week because Megan Harrison is gonna become a thing.
Yeah. So you're predicting that?
Yeah, Megan Harrison is going to become a thing.
Okay. All right. In the chat, throw in your early predictions. Who is Harrison probably going to couple up with when he gets the chance to do a reshuffle?
Yeah. Black Newt says, can't lie, this girl Meg has a lot of brass on her.
Mate.
As I said before, as my mum would say, hey, she trusts herself. She trusts herself.
It was a lot. Like, we came in to the Covenant sitting there, the three witches chatting, and Meg saying that she ain't closed off, and you know they're gonna pretend to like Harrison regardless, to give the boys a bit of their own medicine. I was literally like, these three are truly the three witches. They absolutely are. And then I've coined the others, the Three Stooges. That is Dijon, Harry, and whoever their third member is. Whether it's Tommy, could be Shay sometimes. They rotate between the two. They were basically saying that if Harrison carries on with any of the girls, it gives them license to wreak havoc. And Tommy was there with his big ears listening. Who was it that said Tommy is this season's Sean?
Yeah. Spot on.
Oh, the truth of the matter.
Like, I think Tommy and Megan, they've had a conversation with their eyes, and they've said that in order to win, in order to be the top couple, we are going to crash everybody else. Because even if you look at Megan later on, you will just see actually your behavior, your intent is to make sure that everybody else crashes. And
terrible advice all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit suspect. And to be fair, Matilda was similar. Sean and Matilda were similar. It was like it's always there stirring the pot with other couples. But I don't know, the three witches, they're stupid. Together, they all think stupid things, but there is something in it. Yeah, there's definitely something there. All right, so yes, Harrison brought back Tony. They all go crazy.
Tony gassing. She said they had so much in common. Like, he went to college where I went to college. We're both born on the 1st.
I know that was a clutch.
The first,
like,
the first of what? Like, and
well, it must
cares?
be different months.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I've not met somebody else that had a birthday on the 12th of another month, and I've been like, "Woo, birthday twins!" I don't. Is this a thing, guys? Because I don't know. I've never heard this to be a thing. Like,
absolutely fact.
Obviously, every month has similar numbers, so I don't know. But yeah, she was clutching. I think he partially likes her, but I don't believe it. He said his type is Shakira and Megan. So I guess they're in the same realm. Like, that's the same type of a girl, in a sense. I did say when Tony first came in, her and Shakira kind of look similar. Yeah. It's just that they got noses. They don't really.
Shakira doesn't have a nose.
Shakira does have. It's not huge or anything.
No, you're right.
Like,
it's nothing.
Tony's is way more prominent.
Yeah.
Oh my God, IB Chillin had me creasing today when he said about Blossom. And he was like, Blossom.
Oh my days!
Blossom has popped up on Love Island, and then he flashed to a picture of Tony. And I was like, no, that's hilarious. But similar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a look.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What we saying in the chat? Maya just says Meg is so insufferable. She is making Yasmin look. Get you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yes.
But you're right on that.
Yes.
Will Smith said, "Nana, you saw all of that and still backed a lame horse in the race."
You can never call a black woman a lame horse.
I think he just did.
To the back of the class, you need to go again.
KW said, "I did like how Tony spoke to Meg though." How did Tony speak to
Oh
Meg?
yeah, later on. We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Unless the escort taxi driver takes on Tony. That Ben. Wow. You went there. Mighty. Escort as well, you know.
I know. Because it's all coming out.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's, I mean, you know, who knows. Maria says, Meg reminds me of Shauna, and I remember her agenda against Mike. Who's
Shauna. I do. Oh yes, I do remember Shauna because she's like got a child now and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I think that may be season 4. It's an earlier one. Could even be season 3.
Will Smith said it's all about Shakira. It's like I'm watching a different show. No way Harrison would go for Meg.
I don't know.
If he's smart, he won't. But I don't think the kid is smart.
I don't know who he's gonna truly go for. Like we go through the chats, and he does have his arm like around Tony and Shakira as he's sitting down. Looking at them, I was like, he looked like he could go with Shakira. I was like, they looked like a nice pair actually as he was sitting there, more so than Tony. I don't know. I see Tony with. I don't see her with a mixed race guy. I don't know. There's nobody in there that I'm like, that's Tony's guy.
If Tommy was a bit taller, I would say Tommy is Tony's guy.
Oh, okay, I see that. That Italian kind of, yeah.
100%.
I see what you're saying. Actually, okay, I could see that type of shit. But so he seems like at least Harrison comes across like he's got personality.
Yeah, true.
Compared to Shay, Paper Mache, and Ramel coming in and then being very stiff in those.
To be fair,
both
of them are low bars.
Yeah,
they are very low bars.
But it's because we had 2 at once. I think, like Harrison coming in, he just came across like a standard guy, has a bit of chat, at least can carry a conversation. I don't mind. I don't like him. We're still beefing, but he's all right. He's a welcome addition.
And then did you hear Dijon talk about? He mentioned Melisha's name, and I just thought, take her name out of your mouth. Like trying to go on like he's sad. That she never come out. But don't act like you care, bro.
But he was saying that she's bad though. Like she was bad. Like she was good looking. She was. He's chatting shit.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to get on Black Twitter's bad side, but he's already there. Also, Tony did make it known to the girls that she would like 24 hours.
Yeah, I don't think anybody heard that. I don't think anybody. Well, the thing is, it didn't matter because she said to the girls she wanted 24 hours. The next morning, Harrison was pulling girls left, right, and center.
So he's got to do it, innit? He's got to hedge his bets. Everybody would do that.
Yeah, Tony, it's the game.
She ain't the top one. All right, so I've got Harrison and Tony are doing a role play chat. This was next day, I think.
Before we go into the next day, could we just give a shout out to Alima and Ramel? You know when they do like the bedtime scenes, I swear everybody was lipsing up. The 2 of them were lying in the bed like statues.
Were they even hugging?
No, they weren't even touching.
I don't think those 2 like each other
at all.
Because they don't feature anywhere else. We may as well talk about them now.
Yeah.
I saw her sitting down one time at a daybed. We didn't hear Alima say Pim. Nothing.
Whole episode.
We heard nothing from her. We saw nothing of her in any of the challenge.
And Ramel had like maybe 2 or 3 lines.
Yeah.
The whole thing. It's sad.
Did anybody even spot Alima dancing? Because I don't even remember seeing her dancing. Did she?
Once, but it was like a crowd shot. It was a crowd shot. I don't.
Come on now, the black girls always get like a moment. It's actually not okay how they haven't given her any airtime. At least she needed 2 minutes. That would be fair. Even she could have had but it's a shame that Melisha isn't here. Like a something, a passing comment would have been nice. I think it's got.
Yeah. But in the morning,
All right, yeah. So Harrison and Tony have their chat, and they're doing like kind of role play. All of my notes, there ain't a lot. It's just they're doing role play, and Tony really has no batting.
you know,
When she walked off and came back, I was literally like, "What
it's
the hell?"
wild.
Like
It's
it's
wild.
just flat.
But if we're going to talk about no batties. Do you know who I clocked has no batty today?
Who?
Shakira.
Is it?
She's got. Listen, when she walked off from that argument, I was like, wow.
Oh no, but she's got hips. Because I
Maybe,
swear she's
but
like
the
quite
profile
shapely.
was flat.
Is it?
The profile was flat. Yeah, she's got no batty. Wow. But anyway,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
I can't say I had noticed hers, but maybe I was going more on her hip circumference when
Yeah.
she's walking.
Because
She
I
has
was
hips on
surprised
her.
because I just assumed she had batty, and then she turned, and then we lost her.
They're all a bit like. I just saw Black Newt said flat and Seki. Oh my god.
But yeah, go on. So the
All right, so yeah,
Harrison
they
and
had their one,
Tony.
and then we had Harrison and Shakira had their chat,
Wow.
and that was a chat and a half. Like that sparks,
There was sparks. There was sexual tension. You could feel it all.
banter.
The banter was going back and forth,
Yeah, no, they had a time.
and all whilst it was going on, Ben looked like he wanted to cry. Like from the
Yeah.
like, you know when it was long, it was when the camera cut to him and he was like, "Oh, they've been talking for long" or something like that.
And was it Ramel that was like, yeah, they've been talking for long.
Yeah,
You know?
Ramel's out of order for that. You know, you know sometimes when you see your bridges upset, you just got to say nothing, innit?
Well, if they were talking for long and it's very obvious this is a long convo,
I don't need to reinforce it.
No, yeah,
We've all seen it, innit? I don't need to say like, yeah. No.
but also it was she let off more because we hadn't seen Shakira talking much about Ben. I just came away from that with everything she said about Ben. Basically, Ben is immature, Ben is vain, Ben is arrogant.
Yeah.
She ain't really feeling the kid. She wouldn't pick him on the outside. It was like, Shakira, you don't like Ben.
She basically told Harrison, forget my couple.
Yeah.
I'm on this team.
Yeah. I'm absolutely.
She gave
open.
him the go ahead. The green flag came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, I mean, you know,
because you shouldn't be trashing the guy
Yeah.
that you're in a couple with, and basically that's what she did.
and maybe Ben's spidey senses came out, hence why he was pressuring her to be like, what was you lot talking about? Because yeah,
Fair.
To
Or
be
he may
fair,
have heard something.
yeah, to be fair, it was dark. It was dark.
Yeah.
I also think he's an idiot anyway, so yeah, I mean,
what was people saying? I saw we've been tagged with
okay.
one.
It's Will Smith again. She has the worst mix of genes for having yeah. And I just clocked it today, you know. Like,
Yeah,
I just clocked it today.
I
It's sad.
didn't know. I didn't know.
Shakira kind of gave that play your cards right. You never know. Kind of. I think she absolutely did.
She made it known. I'm available.
Yeah.
Like basically, even for him to go and
Yeah.
whoever the next person is to say she ain't feeling bad. Definitely.
KW says Shakira was literally heaving when talking about Ben. You know
Oh yes,
yeah.
that's the term
Yeah.
for real. There was just nothing. She said nothing nice about
There
it.
was nothing endearing. You would just be like, why are you with this guy? Is this a marriage of convenience or what? Like,
Basically, it
Yeah.
is. It is. Once she got over Harry, I guess it's like, okay, so Harry sacked it off. Yeah, he was the natural person for her to go to, actually. So she ain't picked him.
no.
Yeah.
Shakira
I
ain't
just
no
didn't.
friend.
Thank you. I was literally coming to that errand. Like, so I thought Shakira was gonna play it down because Tony's. She
Yeah.
said Tony is her bestie.
Yeah.
Basically, her salvation, her rock. But you're ready to move to Tony's. It's not a man,
It's
but
not a man. It's not a man.
you weren't holding back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So Shakira is feeling the kid as well, and he would think that as well. He would know that. He'd be like, okay, she's feeling me. All right.
Maya just says Shakira knows Ben is forbidden fruit. Nothing but heartbreak in the long road with him. Yeah.
There's just nothing to him, you
Yeah.
know. I think he's just a very vacuous guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just, and yes, may as well step on that one now. There are stories going out about him that he may have a girlfriend, and that also he may be an escort allegedly. Somebody has found him on a site under another name, but it's his picture. It may not be him though, because sometimes people be catfish.
The internet. It's the internet, man. So we got to take that with a pinch of salt. But then we move to Dejon, Tony, and Yasmin.
The threesome.
The threesome. This conversation is not going anywhere anytime soon. So Dejon sits down, and I think he starts the conversation off by like, "What is the freakiest thing that you?"
It was him that said it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought so.
But also, I don't actually see anything wrong in that because, and maybe you guys can clear this up for me, right? I don't understand what open means. Yeah, because
we're just dating.
So why can't I then have flirty conversations with other people if we are open?
I think their conversation, was a little bit more flirty than usual for Love Island, but it should be expected at this stage. We are a week and a half in, like literally, it's like so everybody is new. You're just in couples for bants at this moment in time because you don't know what's going on. So I would expect these types of conversations. But Meg is saying that that's her man, so it's very different. But what they were saying, I wasn't listening to them like, "Oh, Dejon, you should be out of here." Other than it's the threesome girls. That was the only thing where I was like,
I don't even like the idea of being in a space and you're with this person who's not even your girl.
No.
But now she's kind of limiting the people that you can talk to.
This is the thing.
It's like I'm just like, outside of what I even think of Dejon, I'm like, you can't try and control somebody like that.
That's
so anyway,
it's a madness because the conversation wasn't crazy because they were all basically sharing.
Yeah.
So nobody is leading in a flirty stance. Even Yasmin. My notes were Yasmin was quite tame in this convo.
She was quite tame. To be fair, that
she was being moderator.
Was Tony and Dejon really? Yeah. Right? So Tony goes on to talk about her wildest thing
is freak off.
Basically, a freak off.
She had freak off.
Was it her, an NFL player, and a corn star?
Basically, that sounded like the night that was described in the Diddy trial that a rapper was at with. Said somebody, you guys know what happened, but it sounded like a freak off.
Yeah.
Tony starred in a freak off. Basically.
So she divulges that, and you notice how before she divulged it, she was like, because they done the pinky promise of like, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. That's when Meg was like, what's going on?
You know what I mean?
You may as well have just gone over and joined in the conversation.
That sent her, and so then Dejon then starts talking about what he likes, and to be fair, his one was a bit tame. He's like, I like kissing.
Oh, why do you think his voice like that?
I like kissing.
No.
He went like this. He went, I like kissing. Shine 32 teeth. Yeah. And then afterwards, he was like, and then I like talking dirty. Sort of thing. And it's just like, brother. But
he also did say, though, but I do genuinely really like having sex. He said that as well.
That's all quite. If somebody has said that they're actually on freak off levels, you talking about kissing, dirty talk, and having sex is very vanilla.
I thought it was just standard single people having a conversation.
Yeah.
That was all I took from that. It wasn't like anything. I don't think he had like overstepped any boundaries with that conversation. Really, I was like, this seems quite tame. But how she was getting herself all het up, it's like, okay, all right, you're there. Again, I don't know why the people around her can't just be like, Meg, can you just calm down?
Yeah.
Like he is allowed to talk to people, but they're always there, like
hyping it.
Why is he there for so long though? Why are they thinking that? It's like they're winding her up to be wound up, and she just comes across looking like a mad girl for no reason. That was a bit of a madness.
So whilst that's going on, Harrison steals M for what is probably the shortest conversation that we never even get to hear.
They didn't even show us what their convo was because it was probably so dry. I mean, Emily is dry. really.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't hear from Emily
Yeah,
either.
yeah. So that was
Fair.
a non-starter. But whilst that was going on, we were then getting the fallout from Shakira talking to Harrison,
Yes.
and Ben absolutely throwing his toys out the pram like the absolute man child that he is. And
Yes.
yeah, just the dude's a weirdo, man.
That convo was actually quite a lot. I love how Shakira handled it.
Yeah,
But basically, Ben trying to find out, okay, so what did you guys talk about? And her saying like he's a good lad,
yeah,
that it was just a good
yeah.
chat.
It's a good chat. It's a nice boy. It's a good chat.
So you want more details from her. She isn't giving it. It's like they've just had one conversation. He was spiraling like Meg. It's like you just got to sit on those emotions. Like, okay, cool. I'm feeling jealous. All right, let's see where this goes.
Let me ramp it up.
But
Instead of worrying about their conversation,
it's like picking on her.
worry about yourself, bro. Like,
he hasn't got much. I think he knows she ain't really feeling him, and that was a part of the spiral. It's like, oh no, there is a guy that she is kind of feeling. And I don't think it even has anything to do with Shakira. I think it is about he doesn't have any other connections. So then that makes him vulnerable. It was just the way he immediately tried to shame her with like, I don't know your boundaries. Like you kissed Blue and then you was with Harry and then you jumped to me. It was like, okay.
You're trying to make her like she's a bit loose.
Yeah. Basically trying to call her a sket is what he was doing. A sketel. So it's like, nah. Yeah, it was the level of him just going to, I'm going to shame you and then I'm going to roll you up. And then he was smiling.
Yeah.
I'm glad she got up. I'm glad she got up and walked away and was like, nah, I'm not having it. This isn't the one.
What Shakira did in that moment is something that I hope most young girls learn to do in relationships. When you see red flags like that, just having the confidence and the self-belief and trust to be like, nah, you're all right, bruv. Later. And exit left.
I don't really like you.
Yeah.
KW says Ben was vexed without knowing how she slagged him off. Maybe his gut.
Yeah.
Maybe his little instincts were saying like, this ain't going well, you know, she slagged you off, you off. Maybe that was why he took it so viscerally. But I'm ready for them to done. And if Ben goes, I don't really care.
I actually actively want Ben to go because his voice is jarring.
Okay, so
like it's very jarring, like this kind of black accent, but you're kind of West Country. I'm not on it in any way, shape, or form.
It is a black accent as well. It really is. Yes, no, he has that. But I'm glad she kind of moved on. All right, so then we have Harrison and Meg have their chat by the pool. And Harrison thinks for some reason that Dijon is threatened by him. I didn't spot this type of tension between them. I don't know. Did you hadn't spotted it either?
No, I hadn't. And I think Harrison, obviously there's the stuff that we don't see, whatnot have you, so kind of give Harrison the benefit of the doubt that some things went down. But from what I saw, you're just if Ramel was more of a character and Ramel was with somebody else, I feel Harrison could have said that about Ramel.
Okay. So it's more he is basically a part of he's the top dog in there.
Harrison gives I'm the only black in the village.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really get much from them. Actually, I wasn't like, oh, these two were having like a great chat or anything. It seemed to be fine. Meg said that she does find him attractive and that he does put a smile on her face. But I just thought, if you pursued this with him, it's purely to just piss off Dijon.
I think everybody knows that. And I think all of that conversation really was just put there as well to set up later on in the evening as well, sort of thing. But if Harrison has any sense, he will stay clear of this chick. Like,
with Meg.
With Meg, yeah.
It'll be a waste of time. It'll be like Melisha. Like, it's a waste of time. Like, just don't get in between these two because they will have their battles, but they will find themselves together again. Like, there's no point in being a part of that shit. But let's see. All right, so they have their talk, Harrison and Meg. Ben and Shakira bickering.
When Ben, when I think Remo's like literally one line of the thing is when I think it was when Ben was watching Shakira talk with Harrison, and he's just like, say something. And like that was literally his line. And it was just like, thanks, Ramel. Appreciate that.
I mean, he was just sitting about
Yeah.
chatting. At least he got a line.
Yeah.
Um,
But then we move on to Harry.
is this Harry and Yasmin
Yes.
going
To the terrace.
the terrace? I love this moment. Can't lie,
Go
just for the juiciness of it. I didn't see it coming. In first look, I was like, hmm?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Like, I just didn't think he had eyes on Yasmin, but obviously Harry has eyes for whoever is
He
available.
doesn't. He doesn't. Yasmin is playing the game. Yasmin is there for the experience, as is Harry.
Yeah.
And so therefore he knows he can get some mileage out of Yasmin. And that's all.
And he ain't really feeling Helena. I think he finds her boring. Honestly, like they don't really spend much time together. Like he's always messing about, chatting to Dijon, talking to Tommy. It's like, yeah, you don't really see him and Helena other than in bed when he is giving her a little wet willy. So who knows? But anyway, Helena sees them going and presumes it's Yasmin that was like, let's go to the terrace. And
no, it's your guy.
She put it firmly on Yasmin. Like, I knew Yasmin fancied him. And it's like, boy, I don't know. I don't even know who Yasmin fancies. Other than Dijon, I think she truly does fancy him. But I don't think she fancies Harry. I think it's just flirty banter. And they flirt a lot on the terrace.
Very much so. Very much so. Talking about, matching my eye contact, giving it all the eyes and stuff like that.
They love a bit of eye chat. But it's when she said, I'm a bit of a devil. And he was like, I've wanted to dance with the devil. Or I want to dance with the devil. I was like, what?
And then she's like, doesn't everyone? We're like, no, blood of Jesus, no. We don't want to dance with the devil. Nonsense, child.
And then they moved on to they're undressing each other with their eyes. It was just all of the cliched kind of like flirty talk. I really was like, and their convo.
Yeah.
If that was Dijon, Meg can get vexed after the big speech.
Meg will lose her mind a convo like that. But then, and again, like even when that convo was happening, this is when you know you don't have good friends. Is because whoever saw Helena get up and walk over to the terrace and didn't stop her.
No, but the three witches they're always like getting the grime of it all.
And it's just like, where is the shame?
Let's ask again.
Where is the shame? You're standing underneath them, listening to their conversation. Like, even where's the confidence?
Well, when she was in the diary room, she was giving it the big one. Like, I don't.
For real, innit?
I don't think she's a threat.
Because, and in all fairness to Helena, I think she can say that because I think it's fair to say that aesthetically, you can look at her and be like, you know what I mean? But
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I'm warming to Yasmin, but her face is growing on me.
Her face is so nondescript. Yeah, no, it is.
Like, I don't know.
Even the little makeup that she puts on, when she takes it off, and then you realize that the way that Yasmin really is just Jane in accounts. Like, like she's so forgettable. Like, she is so forgettable. But
I mean, it's not like Helena is like a looker.
She's not, but she can say with a confidence, if it's me or her, she's going to get the votes. And I think that's fair. But, you know how I feel about Helena, and that's
all I'm saying is more time when people say things like that, it's famous last words. Because that's when the man shows you who he really is and what he's really going to do. And you're going to be swallowing all of those words back up again.
Especially a dude like Harry.
Yeah,
because
Harry is a scoundrel. You can't bet on him at all, like that he's even going to be there for you. So I just thought she was stupid.
Yeah,
really, for even saying that.
And then even when they left and they were walking away, and then I hope this comment comes back to him. Harry telling Yasmin that he almost picked her.
My mouth dropped. Like literally, I was like, Harry, after you did big all talk, like, you know, you're a great girl, like she's sexy, all of this, and then you picked Helena and she was grinning away, like, look, he chose me. Then you're saying, actually, when I was standing up there, I was really considering picking you. Really? And you know that's going to get back to Helena.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope it does.
I was like, Harry, you're such a
Thing is,
scoundrel.
I hope it does, but I know what's going to happen. He's going to get back to Helena, then she's going to pull him for a chat, and then by the end of the chat, she'll be like, Harry, this is your last chance.
Yeah, because Harry is going to have an infinite amount of
He is the last chance king. Like, he's the
Infinite
last
amount.
chance king.
All right, so they had their chat. Well, I think this is when when Meg was going crazy.
Just jump into some of the comments
Yeah.
quickly. Suzanne says Yasmin is constantly on heat. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She won't keep a man if all she talks about is like 100%.
Yeah.
100%. KW says Yasmin moves to both Helena and Meg's man. I just need her to go for Megan's man, and those three witches will cast a spell. 100%. Suzanne says Harrison is disgusting in all ways. Oh wow.
No, she meant Harry.
Harry. Yeah. Maya just says Harry is for the streets and cameras. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Helena has to realize that that internally by now there is never safety with it. Like, but also I don't care what happens to Helena now, because I don't know how many signs you need. At some point we just have to be like, go and be with your fool.
Yeah.
And just
the two fools together. Yeah. And she also gives terrible advice as well. So you know that on the outside she probably does link men.
Yeah.
Like Harry. Like, because he's a walking red flag.
KW says, and I feel like this is long, but I also think it's great for a t-shirt. When you have no face card and no chat, you rely on pum pum. Moment of silence.
Oh, the truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is though? I want more for Yasmin. I think there's more in there.
I don't care.
It's how it ends. I want more for. I want her to not be. There was one year, I can't remember what her name was. I used to call her Alley Cat, but I swear she had another name. Yeah. And she did similar. She was just overly flirty, and then nobody wanted her, and then she just left. Because it's like,
but that's going to be Yasmin's story.
I know,
because ultimately,
lay it on thick like that.
You think that men like it, and men like it to a point, but what men don't like is this overly sexual nature. Or you're doing it with me, you're doing it with Bob, you're doing it with Harry, you're doing it with Sam.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. Because then you don't want to be the one that's like, no, I'm having her though.
Yeah.
Like,
so after.
Yeah. I know. It's. I just want her to get that quicker and then start toning it down a bit, and so we get to see who she actually truly is and not her desperation. But yes, I think then we move on to Meg going crazy. If I'm not mistaken.
I've got a thing here. Yeah, Yasmin has never orgasmed from a guy.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. We kind of. It
Yeah.
panned through, and she was like, "And I've only ever been with two guys, so maybe those two guys weren't great in bed."
Which confused me. That whole thing confused me because number one, the thing that annoyed me was the amount of time she said it. It's like, all right, love, we heard you. we actually heard you the first time, but then she proceeded to say it like another 76 times. So she said that, great, okay. But then she says, what was the additional thing she said? Oh, about like I've only slept
with two guys.
And at this point, I was very confused because you come in here like some madam, like some professor of sexual
sciences.
Yeah. But then you've only had sex with two guys. Like,
KW said Yasmin decided to lie. Will Smith said Yasmin is a tease. I think it is her. I think it's a level of immaturity.
Yeah.
That she was displaying with the overtly sexual stuff. But let's see. If somebody truly does lay it on her, I bet she'd be the one like, what are you talking about? We've got to date.
Yeah.
Like, just Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I believe her
at all.
I think she thinks this is how you get a guy.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
girl.
But then we do move on to Dejon and his master and his slave master.
Literally, when she starts spiraling, asking him, "What was your conversation?
What is flirty banter?
What did you say? You should tell me, because if it's different to what they tell me, those were threats."
Yeah.
She was giving him loose threats. Do you see how he then started stuttering about? So what? I think somebody said that, what is your kind of sexual fantasies type things. I think I said kissing.
You know what you said, brother.
And it was just flirty banter. But now I know that you don't like flirty banter. I will never do.
And have you
flirty
noticed
banter.
how many times you keep saying that? Now I know, blah blah blah.
I will never do that again. It's literally like, bro, she told you the last time when you two had a little, you three were in a threesome chat that she didn't like it, and you were back with the same people having threesome chats again. So we know we can't sit on that. But it was the elevation to then be like, okay, I'm going to speak to the girls.
Yeah.
And all of us are going to have a chat. But I was like, what in the hell is going on? And Dejon, are you going to put your foot down and be like, that's stupid?
It's too late. He created the situation from the moment you create the situation where, and to be fair, I put my hand up because in the beginning, in the very early days, I rated him for it, where he had a conversation with somebody. I think it was like the first or second night, and then he came back to Meg and was like, "Yeah, I had a conversation with her about this, blah 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 blah." But you know, it's me and you. But what he done then, and in all fairness to him, at that point, you don't know that you're dealing with a crazy woman. Yeah. But what he did at that point is that he set the standard, in it. So now she feels like she is obligated to know absolutely everything about every conversation you have. So she's there pressing you for this information. And then all I could think of when she was like, she was going to go and speak to the other two women, and he was standing there like scared, creaming himself, was like, are you not embarrassed? Like, any of you, like, Dijon, are you not embarrassed that this girl is literally pulling? It's like a mum pulling her child down to the school.
Let's go and get all of the details, shall we? We're going to sort this all. I was literally like, Dijon, this is when you're like, you know what? You're doing too much. This is wild. We are not boyfriend and girlfriend. It's like, this is, and you can remove yourself. You can be like, look, if you want to go and talk to them, but I'm telling you, you look mad doing this, and carry on, and whatever you were doing in the kitchen, do that thing. But to walk and join in the conversation like you are a 2-year-old, I was like, this is wholly embarrassing. Make you literally look mad.
I'm so tired. Like, I just want an episode where Meg is not being disrespected. Every day disrespect. Every single day I feel I've been disrespected.
You guys are all disrespecting me. I said how I feel when the threesome talk was happening, and then you're having flirty banter again, and it's the same people, and it's like, all right, so what was said?
Yeah.
I mean, Yasmin's recall was exactly what was said.
Yeah. and the thing is, in that situation, Meg, and this is why she walked away, because she realized, I can't twang the pair.
Oh yeah, not these two girls.
Because Tony then read her where she was like, "This has got nothing to do with us." Yeah. And in all fairness, if it was just Dijon talking to one person, you would still have a problem.
I just loved when she said that, because it's the truth. The truth of the matter is, you don't want this dude having any type of conversations, even if it's just platonic friendship, flirty banter. It doesn't matter. You don't want him talking to anybody else other than you.
Right now in that villa, Dijon must smell of piss. Meg's piss. Just marking her territory. Because that's all I've been seeing her do. And it's beyond ridiculous. It's actually beyond ridiculous.
But I was, when she got up and went, and they were still there talking, and they were literally just telling him about his situation. Like, she is always going to be like this, and she doesn't like how you are when she isn't like crowding over you. Like, you're a different person. I hope that was seeping in, but his face looked like, that's still my Meg.
No.
It just looked like, that's still my Meg.
I know by the end of this episode, my brother regretted those words coming out of his mouth.
My Meg,
dumb baby.
Oh, it was embarrassing to see. I
Oh.
really don't like it when you have a black man on TV looking like an idiot. I don't know. It actually troubles me more.
Yeah.
I can't watch it without placing myself there.
Yeah.
I feel for the person
It's
a
them
bit
ones that
more.
it's like you're watching it and you wish you were there so you could just pull the brother and be like, hey
Pull
yo,
him by his damn plait.
bro,
Get up.
what?
Find your balls.
Fix up. Fix up. We don't behave like this. We don't behave like this.
No, and even the thing of like when he was saying to the guys, "Oh, I think Meg is vexed with me," and they were like, "Ain't she always?" Who wants to have that storyline going on? Like, really, you two are that couple. Like, you're always in the dog. That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassing place to be. Like,
But
no. But also, I do have a question though. Do you think that the convo did go a little bit too far? Like, is that an inappropriate conversation to have
what
when
about
you're dating? Like, it does Meg have a little bit of a leg to stand on in terms of not how she played it in getting them all to sit around, but if she was just speaking to Dijon about it,
let's understand
is that
this.
fair?
Let's understand this. You're on Love Island, yeah, where in a day you can lips every single person in that house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're on Love Island where every single day, man, them are walking around with their abs, girls are walking around with their flat bodies. Yeah. Every single day, the sexual tension is there. Yeah. So if you're going to have like nobody's in a full-on committed relationship.
No,
Yeah.
no, not
We
yet.
are in the second week. Yeah.
6 weeks to go.
My man can talk about threesomes all he wants.
Okay.
You have no jurisdiction. You have no authority. Like just your mouth.
Okay. Okay. Because I know there'll just be mad stuff on Reddit when I go on there, and people will be like, "Nah, Meg was in the right." I just always wonder: are our thoughts so way off to this standard population that just chat shit? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
Maybe so.
it
But,
could be.
but
All right, so he gets his ear bent. What have I got here? I've got the three witches. Oh yes, she goes over. So the three witches are together, and they surround Meg while
yeah.
she's now going into this is what happened to me, and they're all like, "That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. I can't believe it.
Every
He's
day
so
this
disrespectful." But like, there was no voice of reason to. No, that was a bit much. Getting them all together. She had her little witches. They bigged her up, and basically they said that Dijon is taking Meg for an idiot.
Yeah, it's kind of his though.
Then Dijon is talking to Tommy and Harry, and basically they that he just says he's in the doghouse, and they crack on and they carry on laughing.
Yeah.
So again, it's like Dijon didn't really care
No.
too much at all. Then I have Tommy and his labrishing. Tommy is out here.
Tommy is a bitch.
Tommy told Megan that Harry and Dijon were saying that if Harrison cracks on with the girls, that it gives them license to just mess around and do their thing. Now the fact that Tommy told his girl this, there can't be any other reason other than we want to be the top couple. And
I
and then Megan telling them as well.
I underestimated him because I was cussing him out yesterday when he cussed out paper mache
Yeah.
and then went to Harry and then allowed Harry to lean on him because we're there with the big boys like, yeah, look what I did. But this level of skullduggery, snake in the grass behavior
Basically
was
spy.
insane.
Yeah. So he's a spy. I'm gonna hang around with these fools, tell my girl what they say, and crash their kind of foundational relationships. And me and my girl seem really strong because
Mad.
she's feeding into like, oh, I'm trusted. Or if they're just having pillow talk together, like, let's crash them. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But it can go either way. She could absolutely be thinking, oh, he really trusts me. He's telling me everything. That could cement their relationship. I don't know.
Loose lips sink ships, and that's what Tommy is trying to do, just making sure that it's not his shit. But yeah, now Tommy,
But when the boys switch on him though,
listen, he will deserve it all.
yeah,
He
it's
will
gonna, it's
deserve
gonna.
it all.
I really want them to
Yeah.
properly cuss him off,
Yeah.
properly like call him a snake. Because how are you?
You know what I want? I want Tommy to ride to Movie Night. And
Oh, when it comes out
I
then.
want them to see it all. I want them to see it all. Because that is not a nice person.
Mm,
That's not a nice person. Like you should, I think you should have some level of confidence that you can chat with a group of people and it's gonna be it's us in it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But Tommy is there really listening in. But
I mean, he didn't add in anything, but he was laughing.
yeah,
And you didn't say, "Nah, guys, that's out of order to do."
Yeah.
So where they would maybe think, "Oh, we can't talk like this in front
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Tommy because he's really feeling Megan and he thinks this is wrong." But he didn't do that. And then to tell Megan, "Nah, that's fuckers." That is
but
poor.
we
That is poor
see him now. We see his play. We see his play. But anyway, so Tony gets a text basically letting everybody know it's time for an eBay advertorial, and then we have to sit through slow motion.
Shitty dancing. I mean, I kind of like the clothing that they had because I like the American football. Would that come under Y2K fashion? I mean, I had those baseball tops and everything when I was a kid. I think I actually want to get one again now. So they didn't look as bad as they had done, but their dancing was terrible and it was just unnecessary.
It's just cheesy. The whole section is just cheesy. But basically, that leads us into
beer pong.
Beer pong.
Beer pong, the game.
So they start the game, and obviously it kind of starts off quite obvious. So Tony throws her ball, and then I can't remember what's on her cup, but she ends up kissing Harrison.
Yeah.
Have you got that there?
I don't know what her thing was, but she had to kiss. She picked to kiss Harrison from the mouth down to his belly button.
Yeah.
And
which is fair enough. We all predicted that.
She did it, and he said that it seemed like it was an all right kiss.
He said it was hot. He said it was hot.
I don't know if I believe him, but yeah.
Yeah. And then it was Dijon's turn, and this is where the night started to take a turn.
That's where it really picked up.
And his one was kiss other than your partner. This is when the producers knew what they were doing.
Yes.
Other than your partner, kiss the girl you fancy the most.
And who did he go for? The one that's gonna piss off Mog the most as well. He went for Yasmin. And yeah, they really did snog.
Yeah.
They had a proper kiss. He was like, I'm getting it in. I'm not even holding back.
And then
yeah.
Was that the point where no, it was later on.
Yeah, yeah.
Where, anyway.
It was Connor and the threesome.
Yeah. After that, Connor and the threesome.
Was it Emily and Megan?
Emily and Megan.
I just turned away. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I didn't see who they did that with, and they did a little kiss.
And then it's Meg's turn. So Meg throws her thing, and then she's like, act out your favorite sex position with somebody in the villa. And of course, she chooses Harrison. And then she goes and lies on the floor, and he's ready to receive him. And so that, I mean, the thing is, I think she thought she was like proper slick and thought it was going to really bun Dijon. And I think it bothered him, but I don't think it really bothered him like how she thought it was going to bother him.
So this is the beginnings of, okay, so maybe there is a bit of a tension between Dijon and Harrison, like Harrison had said.
Yeah.
So previous to that, I hadn't noticed it.
Yeah.
But as you said, maybe there's other bits that we're not seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So his face looked like he wasn't displaying it like how Meg seemed vexed, but he seemed more irritated. So I was like, actually, okay, so is he really not feeling the kid? Maybe Harrison is right about this. It was the beginnings of. But he didn't have any smart remarks or anything. He kind of kept it moving. Next person
was Yasmin. Was it? Yeah, Yasmin. So basically, Yasmin, and she returns the favor essentially, and kisses Dijon again.
Oh yes, the person with the best lips.
Yeah, that was it.
Yes.
And she says the reason for that is because he just kissed me, and I was like, damn, his lips are nice. as she kisses him again.
Yes.
And we can see Paper Mache looking a little bit upset.
Yeah. Well, it kind of would do at this point. It's actually like 2 kisses between the same people, and it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Like you haven't lips her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, okay.
But
Something there.
then it's his turn,
Mm,
and he's told to shake the hand of the person who he thinks is playing the biggest game.
yes.
And he goes over and he shakes Yasmin's hand, and she doesn't deny.
Basically, his reasoning, like, I think she was putting it on me to stay in. And was it actually Mog that said, what are you going to say back to that?
Why are you calling her Mock?
I've just decided that her name's Mog now. We got Megan and Mog. I think it was. I think it was Mog that actually said, like, what have you got to say to that? And she was like, fair dues. It was at that point.
Emotional damage.
I was like, I like her. I was like, actually, Yasmin's won me over. I like how she's playing this. She's just keeping it super cool. There's you can't rattle me. It's just like, yeah. I was like, I like how she's playing this shit. It's nice.
And so from that point, then it's mad because at that point on, it feels like Paper Mache and Yasmin, their relationship just keeps taking shots.
Yeah.
Because then Harry comes along. Has to touch the head of the least compatible couple, so he touches their heads, and I think again Meg pipes up at that point again, and like so Meg really wants to stick the knife in, and you know what I mean.
Yes. She wanted to have an argument with her.
Yeah,
but it's like
she's not ready for an argument with Yasmin.
Not really. I think Yasmin would reduce her so dramatically, but she wanted that. She wanted that moment like that she was getting with Militia.
Yeah. And the thing is, Yasmin is the type of person, I don't think she's even going to do shouting. She's going to stand there and look at you like you're stupid.
Yeah.
And then just be like, well, the reason why I did that is because of this.
Yeah. And you're doing this because you're irate and jealous. Like, I like her cold demeanor. Will Smith said, but her favorite sex position was lying flat on her stomach, though.
Do you know what? I wasn't gonna call it. Like I wasn't gonna say nothing. Like, you know, each to their own. But I was less than impressed. Like
I thought, for the sake of giving the visuals, I actually thought she was just gonna do like back shot. And so it's just more like he has to do more.
I think the problem is in this modern day, women don't know how to arch their backs anymore. So I've been told.
I don't know. I have no idea. But yes.
Dear. So yeah. Anyway, that happened. Where we are.
So we've got their little back and forth. Hang on.
And then it's Dijon. Dijon is like, who wouldn't you miss in the villa?
Yeah.
And he says Harrison, which I think is fair and makes sense because he's the most recent person in. Obviously, there's history between them in this very short space of time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like Harrison, he's really got a little bit hard, like, and he tried to play the big man, like, oh yeah, he's just upset. He's like, no, rude boy. Actually, he's very valid. Because who else would he pick?
But okay. His reasoning made sense, but his actions was hostile. Not so much I'm picking you because you are but it was more hostile. It was fair for Harrison to be like, dude's feeling a bit threatened that I'm here. And maybe he is.
Yeah.
Like, because, it's more often than not, it's birds of a feather. If Mog is crazy, Dijon is probably crazy, and he's just holding it together in a different way. But they usually like each other in that way. Like, so, because she will like that he is also being a bit hostile to him.
Yeah.
It's like, he's getting jealous. Yeah. So,
The next one is like Meg again, and she has to say who is the mismatched couple. Surprise, surprise. Shay and Yasmin.
Yes.
And of course, she brings up the threesome again.
Yeah.
Like, really?
And lips in everybody. What did she say? It was like you
lips in everybody.
You kiss everybody else but your partner, and you say that you're happy in your relationship. It was the back and forth where it's just like, you're not going to get a rise out of her. It doesn't matter how many times you say, I think you're not happy. The
Yeah.
girl absolutely doesn't care what you
No.
think about anything, because she's literally shown that she doesn't give a hootenanny about your
And
opinion.
you can't beat people like that.
No,
And this
no,
is
no.
where
Not when
Meg-
they're over you and
yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
want to be your friend. They don't care what you think of them.
Mhm.
They don't care what you're saying. Like, she's going to lips your man, and she will lips him tomorrow if he'll allow it to take place. Like, bro, it's long. It's long.
Oh, he will allow it. He will allow
I
it.
mean, as Dijon did say, he was like next in line
Yeah.
is Yasmin.
Yeah.
So I guess if they have that conversation where Meg was saying, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to take a step back.
Yeah.
If she does it, he will just go and do his thing
Yeah.
with Yasmin. But Yasmin needs to know he will go back to Mog again.
Yeah.
Like, don't think he's really on anybody else other than her.
But after that, was it Helena? Did she kiss Dion or Dijon? I think the thing was for like who's the person like most likely to run from commitment.
Oh yes, no, she touched him.
Touched him, that was it.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you had anything about yourself, even just an ounce of self-respect, even just an ounce of common sense, you would have gone and touched Harry.
For how he's treated you.
Like, why are you watching Dijon when this man has been doing the same, if not worse?
Because of Queen Mog. She literally got him under manners. You had to be like, I have to support my queen and shame her fella. When mine is literally trying to crack on with Yasmin as well.
And in that one, that's when Dijon tries to defend himself, and then Mog pipes up with, I'm not your Meg. It's like a line out of EastEnders.
It really was.
It's like when Zoe Slater made her infant, like, you're not my mom.
Yes, I am.
Like, I'm not your Meg. And I just felt, this girl's been talking about disrespect. You just delivered some disrespect. But he deserved it.
Yes, he did. He did deserve it. It was that's harsh. I was literally like, oh, Deshaun, you're annoying. Yeah. Absolutely annoying. But you know, she said it. I'm not your Meg anymore. Yeah. So let's see where they get to.
The thing is, this idiot is probably gonna wake up in the morning and make her coffee and be like, I'm really sorry.
Now I know that you don't like these. Now I know that you don't like these things.
Oh,
I will not do that again. I will stay away from them. I will literally beat up your batty. Yeah.
Next up, Yaz kissed Harry. I think that was like, who could you talk to?
For hours. Yeah.
And again, she references being on the terrace with him and what. And even at that point, if I was Dijon, you should be working out. Like, it's also not this chick.
He's not serious about her.
Okay, good.
Nobody's serious about her. They're literally just like, we're trying to do things. But that is all those two are after. Yeah. That's why those two are brethren. Yeah. They are birds of a feather. They are like, we're going to try and get as much bits and pieces as we can while we're here. And make a TV show. It's cool.
Yeah, I think that's exactly.
I just want more for Yasmin now because I kind of like her.
I wouldn't go that far. I enjoyed her reading Meg.
Yeah.
Like, because after that, Meg, you know, she pulls her again about being happy in her couple. You haven't kissed your man, and it's just like, it's just a game. I'm here for this. Just breaks it down.
Yeah, I'm playing the game, and it's true.
Yeah,
like, we don't have to be so serious in our games. I'm playing the game. It's fair. I can't lie. I like her, you know.
Yeah. I
think she's getting up there as like one of my favorite chicks from just this episode. So I don't know. Tomorrow she could piss me off again. So I don't know.
KW says bombshells usually come in saying that they aren't afraid to step on toes, then get scared.
Like
Yasmin
Emily
is stamping on toes, and I'm here for it.
Yes, KW. Exactly. Like
Emily read the assignment.
Yeah,
he read the assignment.
I'm here to bag some bits, and she doesn't care about who is top dog in there at this moment with Queen Mog reigning supreme.
What else? KW says Shay forced to watch his move to every missus move to every man in there. Then again, she did ask him if he could handle her, and the fool said yes. Yeah.
Paper mache ain't getting.
He needs to go.
Yeah.
This isn't going to work out.
No. There's just zero personality. Sometimes
Yeah.
you may be all right in life, but then on TV and in different situations, it's just not your forte.
You know who
like
Paper Mache is? Yeah, Paper Mache is the guy that does an interview and does a blinding interview, and then he starts the job, and then 2 weeks into the job, he gets pulled into the manager's office, and it's like, Shay, this isn't going to work out.
You just don't like. You were so impressive in the interview. And then they get on
nothing.
Yeah, we're getting nothing out of you.
Nothing
out of you.
Yeah.
And some people are like that.
Yeah.
They have moments of greatness, and it doesn't always carry through.
People also really underestimate being on television.
Yeah.
And you think like it could be that with his mates could be watching this and being like, who is that brother?
Yeah. Just like, why don't you come out of your shell? Why don't you I mean, it's not. Because sometimes I feel like I can have moments like that in groups. Some groups I'm going to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Some spaces it's just not the combination of personalities that will fit in with mine, and so I'll just go really quiet. And I think he's kind of in that space. With his friends, he's probably fine, but in this new environment, he just hasn't found his feet.
Not the one.
And his conversations are dead. They're just deadpan. I don't know if I've ever done that before, but maybe. There could be a whole set of people out there and they're literally like, that girl was really dry. She needs to leave.
What else we got?
Will Smith.
Indeed, Dijon is going to be begging like Key Sweat in the morning. What's Will Smith said? I have not.
No, go on, read it.
Where is it?
It needs a male voice.
Is it this one?
No, scroll. You're up high, are you?
That's it. I can't see it. Where is it?
There. Yasmin. Will Smith said Yasmin has turned Shay into a cuck.
Yeah. No, like that's actually what she did.
She did.
That is actually what she did. Oh man!
And smiled and said that she was happy in her relationship.
That's proper cuck behavior
in his face, and all he could do was stand there and look.
This is outrageous. You know what? Yeah, like there should be a thing of where you can pull your brethren out of a situation, innit? Like, so if you're out in the club and you see your brethren talking to a girl but it's not going well, you can pull it. Like there must be like a button that you can press to send to the producers, abort, send him out.
He's gonna come out soon anyway. He's not gonna last very long.
That's mad.
Oh yeah, she really did do that. She actually really did do that. Will. Okay. All right, my address says Ramel is in a weird different spot. He knows he has to be on his best behavior or Black Twitter will clap him.
You know what? Yeah.
I don't think this is fair, the position that he's in. I don't know how hard he's trying because they're not even showing us their conversation. So I don't know if these two are not getting on or they are and they're just not showing us their relationship is developing. I'm not sure. If it isn't and she is just being a frigid and he's trying.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
It's not fair. But I understand why he would be like, I can't just dash Alima.
Yeah.
But, it's not fair.
You're right, because if he does wake up and is like, actually, you know what? This is long. I've tried. I'm allowing it. He will always be the bad guy.
It depends who he allows it for.
He would have to allow her for nobody.
What,
no, he would literally
have to like just pick up his bags and just be like, I tried.
I'm chilling on my own. Yeah. If somebody comes, somebody comes. But if someone comes and then he allows her for that somebody, he's never gonna live it down.
Unless it's another black girl that everybody likes.
Yeah.
And you could see like, look, this is the vibe. But he can't allow her for a white girl.
Yeah.
That he cannot do without it just going left for him. But I feel for him because I don't know.
Yeah.
She hasn't shown us, other than her kind of ragey parts, that there's much of a personality, but nor has he.
But we'll call it though. She is boring.
I mean, he ain't showing us that he's a bag of laughs either.
If I had to choose to pick an evening with one of them, I'm picking Ramel. You know, if this, let's say the four of us were going out to dinner, you know the conversation would be me, you, and Ramel, and Alima on ad-libs. Yeah.
I don't even know if it's just within my default. I want to back the black, but
that is what you're doing. You're
No.
not seeing it objectively. Like, she has not got conversation. Like, the thing about Ramel,
when has Ramel had conversation?
No, I think Ramel hasn't necessarily been given the opportunity, right? But Ramel has spoken more than Alima has spoken, and he's been there in a short space of time. Ramel's one of them people, you'll be out with him and he'll be talking. He might be talking nonsense. Like, you realize that this brother doesn't know a lot about anything, yeah? But he'll talk. Alima, no.
Will Smith said, for heaven's sake, is looking to get a free meal plan.
Can somebody tag Love Island, please? Because he lives and all that.
I don't know. I don't know if, I don't know if I'm backing you on that one. I feel like Alima she's given us a little bit more spark.
What?
They're just not paired
Alima literally just gave us the moment when she backed Melisha. That's it. That's all she's given us.
And when she gave it to Ramel a couple of times, and then like they kissed, and then she was giddy. You know, she's given us a little rage. All we've got from him is, I do like you. So, and it's like, literally when he did it, I was like, tell your face.
So aggressive.
Like, tell your face that you like her, innit? Like,
listen, you don't know Ramel's story. You don't know where he's come from.
I don't know what he's been through.
Don't judge him.
It's hard not like fellow that. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if we see them at all this week and where they are. But if it stays at this level, I know, you know what, to be fair, Mimi and Io were a little bit dry as well.
Yeah, they were.
And we like
but
Mimi.
They weren't as dry as this though.
No. Because Io still had a little bit of something as well. I don't know.
So what do we want for tomorrow's episode? What do we want to see?
I want to see Ramel and Alima have some types of conversations. I want to get an insight into their relationship. I want to see Shakira and Harrison crack on, and Meg try to get in there with Harrison to make Dijon jealous.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
I think I would like to see Meg just get humbled, like properly. I just want to see her get humbled. And I want to see Paper Mache stick up for himself with Yasmin and just be like, hey, what you done? Like, I want him. I know this is like mad wishful thinking. Go
on. Pipe dreams.
Yeah. Like, I want him to pull her and just be like, hey, you disrespected man. Like,
use the disrespect word, the D word.
I want him to bring out the D word. You disrespected man. That can never happen again. In fact, you know what? You're on your own in here. Like, I want him to stand tall. Pipe dream, I know, but that's what I would like to see.
It could, you know what? As it goes, I think Paper Mache has that range within him to be like, I'm over this.
He surprised me with Tommy.
I think he's got it with it. Yeah. I think he's got it in him to actually, like, you know.
My address said Alima is better than Mimi. Relax with that one there.
Ooh.
No. Mimi, yes, there was not much, but Alima, there's less.
No.
No.
Interesting. Okay. In a pecking order. No, Alima has given us more than Mimi gave us.
No.
At this moment in time, so first kind of 9 days or whatever we're at, Alima has given us more than Mimi gave us. Mimi, at this stage in the game, she had pretty privilege. She was just pretty, cute, sweet. She weren't even really talking. And her and Io were giving us black love. That was it. Io was the one that was giving us more chat, actually. But Alima has actually given us range. Mimi hadn't supported anybody yet. Like Alima, at least she gave us solidarity, Black sisterhood. But shit, you know what, my dress? I think you're right.
KW says, I'm with Nana. She could be as dull as dishwater. She has to say.
Yeah.
But how is that representation good for anybody?
We just have a black girl on screen. Better one than none is how it goes.
My address says Alima is better than Mimi. KW says no, Mimi and Io were not as boring. My address says, but Io just didn't give a damn.
No, he didn't.
Io saw his lighty and said, I'm out of here, mate.
Yeah.
Will Smith said Mimi was dry and added Bible quotes into the mix
I
as well.
forgot about their Christianity stuff.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's like, it's not even anything against it. Yeah?
No, it was
but
just, it was a lot.
Don't want to watch Love Island.
The Christianity edition.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot that year.
Nobody tuned in for that. Maya just says, Io's antics were the entertainment.
Yeah.
KW says, Paper Mache got shamed by the smallest guy in there, then got shamed by his...
He's gone through a lot, you know. He actually has gone through a lot. He may be at his tether.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I am going to now be team Paper Mache, you know.
Yeah.
That's a lot for one man to deal with.
It is a lot. It's a lot
to one man to deal with.
That, yeah, he's got to prove he's not big for nothing. Like, he has to pull her up and be like, that was fuckers. Like, that's not, and I don't deserve that. Like, just he needs to do something.
We know.
I know.
Suzanne Davis says Dijon needs to run, but not to these other girls, especially not Jasmine. Dijon is just going to do what his slave master tells him to do. Like, she's going to get her little tea, do the get out thing, and he's making her coffee in the morning. Yeah. He may even try and do one of those breakfast joints, and Harry will help him. When you create like a special breakfast,
and be like, I'm honestly, I'm really dedicated to you, and I'm going to try and make you want to be my Meg again.
This is going to be a thing now, isn't it? Oh my life. Yeah, Maya just says the way Alima checked Meg and clapped Ramel, that is way more than Mimi really ever gave.
She didn't even give Io that. For real. Come on now, Alima, you got.
I'll take it back.
When Io was going mad and being like, I don't know what I want to do with Uma, and going back and forth,
and she kind of was like, okay,
making her crawl on her knees.
Oh, why did you have to remind?
Alima is better.
All right. I am so disappointed in Paper Mache. Not going to lie. Expected way more personality.
I did.
There was nothing
Yeah,
there, man.
I did. I expected better from both of them, Paper Mache and Ramel, from their pictures. I just thought that they were going to come in there and be a bit like Josh and Ruben and just give energy.
Yeah.
And they gave zero energy. That did pretty much nothing.
Will Smith has just made a very, very valid point.
Oh God, what he said.
So when are we going to admit that Love Island has literally copy and pasted black West African baddies with a wig and A+ face card for like 5 years? Sorry, pardon me. He then goes on to say, Kaz, Catherine, Whitney, Mimi, Alima, there's multiverse variants. You can't. The only thing you can say to that is yes.
It's the truth, and it's a bit annoying that they are. You know, there's differences in them, but they are quite similar. Yeah. And
like if you think about like Uwande and Catherine, like is it Catherine that the most recent one with Catherine was Scott?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it's kind of the same girl. You know who I want to remove from there? Whitney. I want to remove Whitney and put Whitney to one side with India.
I can understand
but
that.
I see what you're saying. They definitely have a specific when they're like, okay, so we're gonna add in a dark skin cast member. they have a blueprint of what that girl was going to be, and it's generally like kind of pretty, petite, the baddie wig. Like they have a girl that they go
But
for.
are we being overly sensitive? Because really, when we check it and we look at all of the different types, they have versions of everything. So
Yes,
we have seen all of the brunette chicks. We've seen all of the blonde chicks.
yeah.
Every, like, the same way that we can talk about Tommy and Sean being the same type of person.
Yeah.
So everybody gets it, and then we'll talk about a square head mixed race boy.
Yeah.
Like,
And they are all the same. No, it's very
Yeah.
true. They do follow like an archetype blueprint.
Yeah.
But the black girl is, yes, they are because then I was even thinking Tanya fits in there. Tanya was just Sparky.
Who's Tanya?
Tanya was with Shaq, my nephew.
Oh yeah.
Tanya,
Why is Shaq your
Whitney, India kind of have a bit more of a spirited personality type.
Yeah.
So they will add in, I guess. You could, depending, Alima could actually. I'm giving her too much.
Relax.
Alima and Yuende are all. It'd be. I would like to see another black girl type come in to the fray.
But what? Yeah. But also at the same time, it's going to be a specific type of black girl that is going to want to.
There is that too.
Well.
There is that too. I mean, I wonder. Who knows? I don't know what the casting is, but they definitely follow archetypes. And yeah, we have the same girl again and again, and that same girl that comes in will always be supported by me.
We see.
I don't care.
We see. Priscilla.
Yes,
Priscilla. What? Yeah.
Priscilla, India, Whitney. See, all right. There's two. There's two types that they have.
Black girl personality, black girl no personality,
but very pretty.
Okay, yeah. All very pretty.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I did really like Catherine as well.
Oh no, Catherine got my nerves. Didn't really like
Really?
Catherine. No.
I liked Catherine.
Catherine was also like quite an NPC at times.
She was an absolute backup dancer. But come on, Catherine, it was hard. You had Ella and you had Whitney.
Yeah.
Those are big personalities.
Yeah.
So it was hard for her to kind of shine. And then in All Stars, we just got to see she literally is like the side best friend. Yeah. That is her role.
Best friend number 2.
Yeah. Basically is best friend number 2. But yeah, I did like Catherine though. She's cute. She's a nice girl.
Yeah.
And the internet went against her. It's a shame Leanne went out so early, so we didn't get to see Leanne, but I think she would have been a good one as well.
Catherine has a master's. I wonder what it's in.
Ain't it in science? Like pharmacy or something?
I mean, that would be too tight.
Yeah. Nigerian. Probably got a few. A few degrees.
Yeah, she did though. Catherine had men of all hues moving to her. She did.
Yeah. I thought that Alima was gonna have that a bit.
No, man. No. You know, again, I think what actually is like a very valid point is this whole thing of the lace fronts as well. Like, I think you were saying it where if you look at America, most of the black women are dying in with braids.
They're going with braids.
It just doesn't help the thing, like, because I just remember when I think of Alima, I just think of the first day, and I just remember her head being a bit up here.
Yeah, where it was lifting.
Yeah, and it was just like,
yeah, more of it's hot. It just doesn't make sense unless you're gonna. I think the only person that has just done it really well has been Whitney.
I think we should start up a consultancy for black girls entering Love Island.
Like what you should do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if over here the braids work.
Why?
Because for the girls that have been in there with braids, they haven't got anywhere. And one of them, we didn't even see her. I mean, she was in Casa. She was in Casa Amor. I think her name was Linda. We saw her have one conversation and then we never saw her again.
Yeah. No,
and I swear it's happened twice. So I don't know if
I think braids over here could be a little bit too ethnic.
The ITV may like go against it. Maybe like, no, we don't want that.
Can
I don't know.
imagine a black girl with just like an afro? And then maybe like she comes and she just kind of puts it into 2 cornrows.
In Love Island?
Yeah.
I'd
love that.
I don't know if we'll ever see something like that. Because the closest we've got is relaxed hair is Priscilla and India.
Was India relaxed?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I swear she just kept the same style the whole time she was there.
She had it up and she took a wig in as well, but
Okay.
she generally had it in a ponytail. And Priscilla was the same. She had it in a ponytail most of the time, and she took in a couple of wigs. I can't think of anybody else doing anything else with their hair, but I would love to. I would love to see a range of black girls, like just different hairstyles.
I want a Love Island South Africa.
I think it'd be white, you know.
No, it would be quite black. You'd have one or two in there, but I think it'd be quite black.
That would be a good show. South African reality TV is just it's brilliant when it's black, but I don't know. I don't know if Love Island would do that. If it would be a black show or, but yeah, it'd be interesting.
What else we got?
Oh, hang on. But KW says white girls could get away with cameras, but black girls can't. It's actually crazy. I would be so surprised to see it. Will Smith, an afro or a shortcut with supreme confidence.
Yeah. We want a Makosi for 2025.
Oh my word! This is how I know we're age mates. Anyway, this one and Makosi.
You know I could have moved to her, innit?
Of course, like Makosi is literally like your type.
No, but I'm saying, you know, I could have moved to her.
What do you mean, as in what?
So there was a red carpet event. I was filming Ricky and Melvin. This is the early days. So they're interviewing them. And then she turns to me and she goes, "But who's the guy behind the camera? The guys behind the cameras, they're always the important ones." And I laughed it off.
Oh, look. You literally, she could have been your wife. She needed a husband. Didn't she get deported in the end?
Yeah.
You could have been her British passport.
I might have gone back to Zimbabwe with her.
Look at that. You missed out.
Never mind. Sliding doors and all that. What else we got? I don't think I'm updated.
KW says Lapita Nyong'o, please. Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
Erin says we will never get a Lapita. This is the UK we are talking about. Most definitely. Like, I can't see a natural. I can't see it. I don't know.
A Lapita Nyong'o in Love Island.
Cannot see it.
Don't even get me started. Like, don't even get me
started. I can't see somebody with natural hair going in. I'm intrigued for it to take place though, because that would be groundbreaking for Love. It would be groundbreaking for Love Island for somebody to go in there, even if they had texturized short hair. It would still be like, interesting, and how that would play. But I don't know.
Erin J said we had one in USA and it lasted for all of 5 seconds.
Oh,
you know who that was?
No. USA, it's just this year and last year that I've watched ever. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know how it goes. Okay. So you either need wig girl or the braids. Wow. Oh, her name was Cachet. Oh, really? You're gonna see. Oh, there is a video going around. I didn't send it to my computer. Let me get the girl up. All right. So is this the girl that we are saying?
These pictures aren't doing any.
See, and this
wig is horrid as well.
Let's see.
She's definitely better without the wig. But
let's see. How can I get this up? So I'm gonna share this.
Yeah.
Oh, her picture isn't big anywhere.
Yeah.
Come on, Cachet.
Will Smith said, "Yeah, sliding doors moment indeed, mate. A sliding doors moment indeed." Waving Cat Designs. It would actually be refreshing to see different styles. KW says there's 2 beautiful black girls in this year's USA, and they both have braids. Yeah, I've seen those. They are nice. Yeah, the first one I wasn't sure of. That's what Will sent it, and I wasn't sure of, but no.
Olandria.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't.
I think I just saw a bad picture, but I didn't like the picture.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, guys. So this is Cachet. Is this the type of girl I cannot see a girl like this in the UK and it working. Honestly,
Mm.
yeah, not on ITV. Channel 4, maybe, but ITV, the guys that they get in,
She's not gonna do well. She's not gonna do well.
no, no,
But yeah, no, I'm with KW. I'm not sure.
yeah,
No, I'm not sure. Like,
yeah, yeah.
this isn't no disrespect to this girl, but she's not like the Lupita in my mind.
See, you're part of the problem. Black Nuke says Anglo British men are not on it like that.
Yeah, yeah. But also, let's not put me in that boat because I don't find her like. Let's not do that
What?
because I said that she's not really
You're a black Brit.
not an Anglo
No,
black
no,
British.
but you're a black Brit.
No, shut up. Just actually need to shut up. Will Smith says, even for one of these girls to be like, I'm not wearing the wig today, it's too hot.
It would be great
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you ain't got to like have your wig braids or whatever. It's like if they just took the braids out, just had their curly hair, hairband on, like just something where it's like I'm gonna be natural. That's what I liked about India, because it's like she's gonna have her hair in a ponytail. She may put the ponytail on, she may have a wig on. It was just being herself. It does something.
Cachet came in with a wig and then revealed she was bald and everyone loved it. But the chaos that ensued in her couple, it was painful. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Waving Cat Design says, wasn't there a Miss World pageant lady who had a wig and took it off mid-show? She looked like this lovely lady. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't follow those. Oh,
But yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see.
What we've said what we would like.
We can dream.
For tomorrow. Oh, that was it. There is a girl that is out here saying that she was with Dijon.
Ben or Dijon?
No,
Dijon.
Dijon, maybe a month or two before he went into Love Island, and he was saying some of the similar lines as what he's saying to Meg, and then he switched up on her and just said that he wasn't ready to be in a relationship, and he wasn't very nice as well. But she said he started off like a lovely guy, all the green flags, and then he started showing all of the red flags. So she said she's waiting for that Dijon to show himself.
I think he's gonna be here pretty soon.
She's blonde and blue-eyed, and
when I saw her, then I realized how stupid I had been in just even thinking that this militia situation was going anywhere. I was like, oh, you're one of those brothers. Okay.
It's got a type. It's got a look that he, and as she was saying, it's like she'd be telling him stories and then he's staring into her eyes. Was he not saying the same thing to Mog? Just stare into your eyes.
You know, you've got beautiful eyes.
Yeah, thanks. So have you. Black is a beautiful color for eyes.
I just didn't like the way you said it.
Why not?
Black.
Because it is.
How is that even remotely sexy?
Black. It's a beautiful color for eyes.
You need to work on your sexy.
Good grief.
Anyway, on that note.
Oh my! I didn't even realize the time. We are at an hour and a half.
Oh please! This is way past my bedtime.
Chatting away.
It's 5 to midnight. What have you done?
Thank you so much, guys. We will be back tomorrow, same time, straight afterwards, about 10:15.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already.
If you're not actually not subscribed already, that's actually quite rude.
Yeah, I mean, following on from Stephen Bartlett, generally in our things, it's like 53% are not subscribed.
That's rude.
That are watching our stuff. So please subscribe. We want to get to like 2,000.
Yeah. By
the end of Love Island.
Yeah. And also, if you haven't already, like the video. If you don't like the video on your way in, better like it on your way out. But yeah, all of that.
Jeffrey says, can you please post season 12, episode 10, please? I'm from Nigeria. I actually have been seeing it on YouTube. So if I find it again, I definitely will post it in the description. Or if you go on to Daily Motion, which I think you can get from Nigeria, it's on there and
But
it's
you'll
free.
only do it, Jeffrey, if you're subscribed.
Jeffrey.
Come on now, Jeff. Come
Nothing
on
is for
now.
free. That's
Yeah.
it.
Thank you to KW, subscribed and liked. Erin, good night. Thank you all.
Yes.
Have a
Yes.
wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. We will see you back here tomorrow for another episode of Black Boys, Babies, and Black Chiefs.
Are we watching this? Yes, we are.
Sorry, are we watching this? Yes, that's what it's called.